As we count down to the big debate, joining me now here at Washington University in St. Louis is Martha McCallum, the co-host of America's Newsroom, who moderated some of the presidential primary debates. And Martha, this Donald Trump videotape story has exploded like a neutron bomb. Some Republicans calling him to drop out. I don't see that happening. Do you have a sense that some folks in the media are kind of cheering this on, kind of enjoying this twist and watching the setback for the Trump campaign?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You have to ask yourself about the coverage of this issue and how important this moment really is in terms of measuring a presidency. However, as you and I well know, we live in a world where people sort of want to digest scandalous material at a level that is really unprecedented. And the desire to dig deeper into policy is not always there. But Donald Trump is such a unique candidate. You know, he's obviously a businessman who came up through the ranks and built a real estate empire, but he's also a reality TV show star. So from the very beginning, this has been digested by the media and I think by the public at a level and in a way that is just not like anything we've seen in terms of typical political editorial digestion. So it is a completely unique situation, and this, unfortunately for him, it feeds right into the worst nightmare of the way he treats women and talks about women, and women have been the problem for him electorally since day one. So the group that he should have been building traction with and building reputation with over the past 4 or 5 months in particular, and he made some ground there, he is sliding down that hill quickly, and it's going to be very difficult for him to repair tonight, but that's the job that's set before him, Howie.
Right, yeah, white hot focus on that and relatively little focus on the WikiLeaks stuff on Hillary Clinton. But let me ask you this, because we've got the debate coming up. Anderson Cooper, CNN, one of the moderators, ABC's Martha Raddatz, the other. CNN just now reporting that both moderators will make the Trump videotape, Access Hollywood, talking about groping women, the focus of the opening set of questions. Does that seem right to you? And is there any danger that it will end up overshadowing the economy and taxes and terrorism and other issues that Americans obviously care about?
Yeah. Of course there's a danger of that. And it's going to be up to Donald Trump to, sort of answer that question in the way that he has designed and decided to answer that question, and to then move on to the issues that got him through an incredibly roller coaster tumultuous primary where he vanquished 16 other candidates out there. So he's got to figure out how he's going to deal with this question. And in a way, Howie, it's probably better for him if it does come right off the top. Hillary Clinton is also going to have to answer to these WikiLeaks stories that have come out about her public versus private persona, and they better press her on that as well. I mean, they are going to have to be seen as coming at these candidates fairly. I really question why the Trump campaign did not put Donald Trump out there last night, why he didn't do a sit-down interview with a sort of neutral party to talk about his life, to talk about the way he sees things, to express his apology to women that he offended with this. He could have gotten this story a little bit behind him in a well-crafted appearance last night. And I really think that that's going to be one of the questions that continues to dawn him. Why didn't they do that last night?
Instead, it all comes down to tonight, and I predict that the viewership will be at least as high, if not higher, than the first debate. Let's take a brief look back at the VP debate, Tim Kaine and Mike Pence, because CBS's Elaine Quijano, a little less experienced at this, was the moderator. Here's some of what happened with her in the moderator chair.
You can't meet the Nixon standard.
The people at home cannot understand either one of you when you speak over each other. I would please ask you to wait until it is that the other is finished.
I was in Washington, D.C. on 9/11. I saw the clouds of smoke rise from the Pentagon.
I was in Virginia, where the Pentagon's.
I know you were. We all lived through that day as a nation.
Because the FBI did an investigation.
Gentlemen.
And they concluded that there was no reasonable prosecutor who would take it further.
Senator Kaine and Governor Pence, please.
There was so much crosstalk in Farmville, Virginia. It was hard to hear. Got about a minute. Did Elaine Quijano lose control of that debate? And is there any danger of that happening tonight in St. Louis?
Yeah, I think she did a little bit. I think both of those guys came in, sort of loaded for bear and ready to jump in on each other. Tim Kaine said that even his wife told him he interrupted too many times. I think it was like 72 times or something. And I don't think it really reflected well on him. But I do not expect that to happen tonight. I don't think Anderson Cooper or Martha Raddatz, who I ran into briefly this morning and asked her how she felt about tonight, she said, sure, I'm nervous. If you're not nervous, you're not going to be on your A game. And I don't think either one of them would put up with the kind of thing that we saw at the VP debate.
I'm with you on that, and of course everybody a little nervous before such a big event. Martha McCallum, great to see you.
We get confused all the time.
Today.
Thanks, Howie. We'll see you later on our show. Looking forward to it.
Same here. Coming up, the Washington Post reporter who broke the Trump story on how he got that tape from an anonymous source. And later, Frank Luntz on how this and the WikiLeaks dump on Hillary Clinton is changing the coverage of this campaign.